Hello, I'm Avi Lewis, and we're back on the map. Almost every night on the news, you see images of people protesting something somewhere. Too often, the story is reduced to journalistic shorthand, telling you almost nothing about why people in that part of the world are angry enough to drop whatever they're doing, get together with a bunch of other citizens, and take a stand. Looking at pictures from South Africa over the past couple of days has made us want to answer the question, why are these people screaming? Hundreds of thousands of people in the streets all over South Africa, and from the coverage, you'd think it was a simple labor dispute. Public sector workers insisting on a 12% raise, and the government offering 7.25%. In fact, what's going on in South Africa is about much more than that.
We are here to honor our promises. If we fail to implement this program, that will be a betrayal of the trust which the people of South Africa have vested in us.
13 years after its historic victory over apartheid, the ANC government has failed to deliver on its core promise to share the country's storied wealth with its black majority. The euphoria of 1994 is a bittersweet memory now. The ANC's embrace of business-friendly policies has certainly produced impressive economic growth and what are called sound fundamentals. But none of that eases the brutal reality that poverty and crime, the breeding ground for the country's AIDS pandemic, are simply out of control. The number of South Africans living on less than $1 a day has doubled since apartheid fell, from 2 to 4 million. And more than 1 in 4 South Africans are now shack dwellers, living in shanty towns, many without running water or electricity. Believe it or not, for a huge number of South Africans, living conditions are actually worse than they were under apartheid. COSATU, the South African trade union behind today's strike, has actually been a loyal junior partner to the ANC government for all this time, getting weaker and weaker while the country spiraled into inequality. With this huge mobilization, it may finally be waking up. But the sound on the streets of Joburg, Pretoria, and Soweto is not just people screaming for higher wages. What we're hearing is the searing sound of a dream betrayed, of a legendary democracy that has delivered racial equality but maintained economic apartheid. The noise of people realizing that they're going to have to get up and fight for justice all over again. On the map next week, a story we promised you today until we were overtaken by events in the Middle East. Colombia's parapolitical crisis, how secret deals between right-wing death squads and free-trading politicians are paralyzing America's closest ally in the region and sending shockwaves through Washington, where the White House is pushing for a new free trade deal. Here's a taste. Colombia may see resurgent rebel violence and drug trafficking. To win approval for it, Uribe must allay concerns of some U.S. lawmakers that he has failed to stop the death squad killings of union organizers. What do you make of that version of events? Because if we've heard anything about Colombia, that's what we've heard.
Well, I think it's really quite the contrary. First of all, drug trafficking from Colombia has not stopped during the last 6 years. In fact, right now, the price of cocaine in the street is the same or lower. The quality is better than it's ever been. The acreage devoted to the cultivation of coca and to the opium poppy is higher in Colombia than it's ever been before.
We're out of time. Thanks for being here. For the latest news from around the world, go to cbcnews.ca. See you next time on The Map. Stick around for the hour.